What's up, y'all? It's your boy Roy back with another video, and today we're going to be doing some tech talk today because if you're going to be traveling on bikes, which I plan on doing at some point, or just traveling in general, because me and my wife want to just travel around Texas, you're going to need a proper camera if you're going to be either taking photos or videos. But today I'm going to be talking about the kind of the traveler video-centric type of camera, and I can do some occasional normal photography shots also. And today we will be talking about the Canon EOS R50V, and I'll let you all know why I chose this camera as my second camera to just in like my rotation of cameras and my main video camera. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so let me explain the reason to why I needed another camera to help run my YouTube and help run, me and my wife, we also got our own YouTube channel too. Why I chose this camera to be like my main videography workhorse. So when it comes to my video capabilities of my EOS R, this bad boy right here, it is limited. Even though the 1080p is lovely, it is only at a 8-bit for the camera. I can do 4K, but it will be heavily cropped. And even though this is a full frame camera, because this was the first mirrorless camera that Canon did make that was like very serious, and that you can change their lenses and stuff of that nature. It's a big upgrade from that camera to this camera. Now, I needed something that was better with videography, with just video in general, because yes, I'm a photographer. Mainly I take photos, but if I want to make this a business, I got to take videos also. And with the technology that is out now, everyone have freaking 4K TVs, 4K monitors and stuff of that nature. The iPhones are freaking OLED. It looks nice and crispy. My videos gotta keep up with the times. And the solution that I thought of that was very cost effective, but still, cost effective, I decided to go with the Canon EOS R50V. There are two models to this. There is the regular 50, and this one is the 50V. This 50V is more video-centric, which is perfectly fine for me because I already have my photo-focused camera already. This EOS R is still way better at photo than the R50V, in my opinion. Yes, certain stuff process a lot faster, a lot better. Like the autofocus on that camera is way better than this one. There's times I have to call my wife in if I'm using this camera to make sure that I'm in focus at times, even with the eye focusing on. Because since, as you can see, I got these freaking massive bifocals on. With this camera, it struggles to always see my eyes in that type of, through my glasses. This camera though, no issues. You should be seeing me perfectly clear. That is due to the processor that is in that camera. It has a Digic X processor rather than the Digic 8 on here. So it's processing stuff a lot faster, a lot more simply, and more efficient, which allows it to get better 4K. Which this 4K you're looking at right now, it's uncropped. Granted, it's not going to export as 4K because the fact that I'm limited to certain stuff, which I'm going to tell you about the cons later. But yeah, so this 4K is even way better than this 4K. Downsampled from 6K. No, not downsampled. Oversampled from 6K, which make the 4K look so much better. I can do 120 frames per second. At 1080p, beautiful. It looks lovely. You'll see some of the clips on the screen as I'm talking. Some of these clips are going to be from when we went to one of our trips out here near Austin. If you want to see more of that, I'll probably link it down below to our other channel so you can see exactly where we went. Slow motion, lovely. For the 4K though, the highest you can go with slow motion is only 60 frames per second, and I think that one does a crop. Now that camera can do photos. It's phenomenal. Like, it's beautiful. It takes some phenomenal photos, takes way better photos than my old APS-C sensor cameras. And just so you all know, this camera is not full frame. The EOS R50V is a crop sensor. It's an APS-C size sensor, which is a size smaller than this one, which this one is full frames. That one has like, what, 24.3 megapixels, if I'm not mistaken. And this one has 30.3 megapixels inside the sensor. So still has more crisper photos. Still looks, I like the photos from this one a lot better than that one. However, from side to side, not side to side, if you're not pixel peeping, the photos from that camera, still phenomenal. I will still take photos of that camera if this is the only camera I have left. Like, I will do just fine. Some negatives, if you're thinking of getting this as a workhorse of a photo camera, you might want to reconsider. Doesn't have an EVS. Now, not everyone uses the EVF. However, this is very handy when it's like bright outside and you really need to like focus in and you need to take a shot. So very helpful. The ergonomics of this body, I love, of the EOS R. It feels very nice in the hand. That one does too. However, it's a smaller body, which it is an advantage. You can be able to stuff that in your bag a lot easier. Put a smaller lens on it, like the 50 mil, or like this one, the 24 millimeter. This one on that camera, way smaller form factor than this one. Also, when it comes to like the other high-tech stuff, like apparently you can hook it up, you can live stream with that camera and stuff. You can do a lot of things. You can do it with this camera too, but that one is a very, very videographer, digital content creator focused. Hopefully I have mentioned this, but the 10-bit is also a lot better inside that camera than it is on the EOS R. EOS R has 8-bit, this one had 10-bit, makes it a lot more richer with color, a lot more clearer image. It's phenomenal. And with that 10-bit, I can also do the Canon C-Log. I can't do it on the EOS R, sadly, but I can definitely do it on the EOS R50V. With that, it actually helps me to become a better photographer / videographer at this point, because that was one of the things I needed to actually learn how to do. Whenever someone's going to hire me for client work and stuff, which I've been hired already technically. Me and my wife, we've been doing product photography shoots and stuff. So eventually I'll tell you all how that goes and give you all any tips if you need to make some extra cash. But when it comes to stuff like that, if you want like very high quality video, you do need to learn how to color grade, and you do need to learn how to pretty much expose a flat image and edit really good high quality video, because that's what everyone is posting online now. You go on YouTube, everyone's posting in 4K, or even if they're not posting in 4K, the 10K from these cameras are looking a lot more better than the EOS Rs. Yes, it is doable. However, I am trying to keep up with the times as best as I can. Also, another advantage for this camera, I don't have the lens for it, but if you had gotten the kit lens or any other lens that has a power zoom, this camera can do power zoom from the body. So like right near the shutter button, you will be able to use that rocker to zoom in and out. However, there's only for lenses that has power zoom. It's not for all the lenses that they have. First con, yeah, the size of the handle is a little bit small. It's smaller than the other cameras that I have used. And sometimes it's kind of hard to like grip it a certain way if I'm using like my massive 24 to 105. It looks kind of funny when you put that massive lens on there. Another one is front heavy too when you're using bigger lens. Yes, I'm going to be using this one for more traveling, videographing around and stuff when I'm like on a bike, or when me and Abby want to be driving to different spots. However, it's an awkward feeling when you're not used to having a bigger lens than the body camera itself. Also, with this model, I don't know if it's just this model in particular or other models that it happened to. This is another reason why I had got insurance. In my photos, for some odd reason, only in photos, when I go at a certain ISO, I have a dead pixel or a stuck pixel. For those who don't know what that is, I'm gonna do a brief description of what that is. Eventually, I will make a video about this. Pretty much a dead pixel or a stuck pixel is a pixel that is just not converting back into like translating whatever the lens, not what the lens and the sensor is capturing onto the sensor. So that whatever pixel that is trying to change that color, it just stuck in one position, and you just have like a random spot. For me, it's like a random red, orange spot on my photos whenever I take certain photos. However, I notice it's not consistent. And normally stuff like that happens when you're like working your camera kind of hard, like doing time lapse and a lot of other hard working stuff. This camera, I do work hard. And I noticed that pop up after I started working it hard with doing 4K and a slow motion, but that was like in a hot Texas heat, because you know I'm out here in Austin. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be a permanent thing that's gonna keep popping on and off, or it's temporary. I don't know. But as of today, I checked the photo section of my not my menu, but the photo portion of my camera, and I didn't see any of the dead pixel or the red pixel on there. So normally it should fix itself. However, it doesn't happen all the time, and if that's the case, I will have to send it back to Canon. But a lot of other cameras, you can do that manually. But I'll talk more about that later. The other con that I have of this camera is what's kind of stressing me right now. The camera battery is small. It is the smaller camera battery. I'm about to show you what it is. So the battery size that this new camera, that the EOS R50V use, is the LPE17 battery. This battery is pretty small, as you can see, compared to the bigger battery. I forgot what this one was called. I can't find the model of this. Oh, the LPE69 battery. This is the older one. Apparently they have a new one. But having this battery is, you can definitely tell the difference than having this one. Luckily, I had a lot of APS-C size batteries. So I have like 3 of these bad boys. You're gonna need all 3 of them. Not all 3, but you're gonna at least need 2. Because you'll definitely go through the first one within if you're recording the whole day, you'll probably go through the first one earlier on, and then you'll probably go through most of the second one, or probably half, depending on how much of you're recording. With this one lasts a lot longer inside that camera, the EOS R. So that's one thing that's another thing that's a downside. The battery is a lot smaller. But with that, I am happy with the camera. I am enjoying this camera. I will continue to use it dang near almost every day. Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving it a lot. I will continue to keep testing to see if I get that red spot again, and you all expect more videos with this. This is gonna be the first video that I make for YouTube with this camera. So yeah, hope you all enjoy. Hopefully I can actually export this. And yeah, oh, almost forgot. The other issue that I have with using this camera in particular, since this camera is so high tech, when I export in 10 bits, I can't use my laptop nor my desktop. I mentioned before that the 4K wasn't going to render properly on the desktop. Well, for my laptop, I can't even record I can't even like edit 4K on there, but the files themselves are not complete.